All right, we're going to go over how to set up your argumentative essay. This is open topic, and I know that can be kind of intimidating, but given it to you. You can go and choose anything that you like as long as it's moderately appropriate. I've given you a resource on here, which can at first seem kind of confusing because you're asking me, am I doing an open topic or am I doing an essay over Antigone? You're doing an open topic, but I'm including this Antigone resource, and I'm going to use this as an example just because I have it and it's an easy resource for me and I can look at it and teach you well off of this. Okay. So we're going to use this as an example. So I'm going to come in and here's my essay that I'm going to write. My name is Joe Schmo. I'm going to put this in MLA format. I don't even know what today's date is. I'm going to guess. That's totally not right. I don't think you have class until the 15th. We'll make it the 15th. I didn't know that. Okay, and I'm going to select all. I'm going to make this 12-point font. I'm going to put it in Times New Roman. I'm going to put it in double spacing. I'm going to write argumentative essay because I am uninspired and tired at the end of the year and I don't care what it's called. Or you can call it something awesome. This is completely up to you as long as you have a title and it's in cap form. Like A is capitalized, E is capitalized, and so forth. Okay, I'm going to double click up here in the header. I'm going to put just my last name, Schmo, and I'm going to insert page numbers. And I'm going to make this justified over here, and I'm going to also make it 12 Times New Roman. And now look, I have beautiful MLA format. It took me like no time at all, and everything is pretty. Hit tab, and I'm ready to write my essay. Okay, so let's go over in this imaginary topic. I have chosen Antigone, and that teenage rebellion is, this or that. So I'm gonna show you the this or that. The this or that is, here it is right here. Argumentative essay, supporting the side of the debate in which you argue either, right here. This is probably going to be very familiar to you because you've taken the 9th grade EOC. All right, either a rebellion is a natural stage of life necessary for healthy development, or that rebellious teenagers should be protected and disciplined for their own welfare. So I'm going to pick one of these because I can, because the EOC prompt gave it to me. You're going to have to create your own thesis because you're using an open topic. But I'm going to say rebellion is a natural stage of life. Okay, so I'm going to put that over there in my document. Okay, and I have my thesis. Ooh, that's not what I want. Look over here. Okay. All right, now this one gives you some multiple choice questions, which we are not going to do. And it gives you your 2 little articles, which you were supposed to have read. You're going to have to research these on the internet. So you're going to have to come up with 2 articles. The best way to do that is to come over here to your lovely Google search, put in something that you think you want to talk about. Gun control. Okay, I find that one of the easiest things to do on this, there's this beautiful site called procon.org, which is really nice because it's a great resource to come and see arguments, pro and con arguments. I love this website. This is not a cite website. Don't use this website to cite your sources, but it's a wonderful website to come in and get the arguments from because it gives you both sides nicely, and it gives you multiple both sides, so it gives you a lot of people's points of view. They came in here and they wrote it and so forth. It's also places where you can go, ooh, I don't know what I want to write about, Miss O'Connor. Well, cool, you can come in here and write about anything on here. I shouldn't say anything because maybe there's some inappropriate stuff on here, but oh, look at this, medical marijuana and animal testing and death penalty and electoral college and is obesity a disease? I mean, there's a lot of really cool stuff. So pick something that you like, that you want to talk about and you think is interesting. Should felons be able to vote? Do cell phones give off radiation? I don't know. Just there's all kind of cool stuff that you can, write about and put on there. Vaping. Ooh, yeah, okay. So pick something cool and interesting. But let's go back to the idea of putting gun control in here because I picked this as my topic. All right, and one thing that you can do is just click over this little tab called News. And then suddenly you have reliable sources for the most part. I shouldn't say all reliable sources, but mostly reliable sources because you have news articles from people like CBS News or NRA. Okay, anything NRA is going to be pro-gun. So I can go, oh yeah, okay, pro-guns. And then I can come over here and put in something else and find it. Just as a general rule, I will tell you that if you're looking for far-right sources, then NPR is good to go to. Also MSNBC. Those are very far. Did I say far right? I meant far left. Did I say far left? Far left sources are things like that. And far right sources are things like NRA, the National Rifle Association, if you're using guns. Things that are also far right are things like Fox News and I want to say the Atlantic or I know what it is, National Review. Those are far right things. So you can sort of like look at those sources and go, okay, well, is it CNN? Most likely it's going to be on the left side of the argument. Or, okay, USA Today, that might be, actually, I don't know what the political leaning in that is. But if I come on here and I go, all right, well, I'm going to find something from NRA, I know that's going to be very pro-gun. And then I can come and find something that is a little anti-gun, like, let's see, gun control groups worry Supreme Court win could be temporary. That sounds kind of like lefty. So it kind of helps you to look at the sources and know politically where their leanings are. Then you can go, oh, that's a good article. All right, so I'm going to come in here and find something I find interesting. Like, I don't know, I'll go with the NRA thing since I know it's going to lean towards gun rights. All right, and then I'm going to read this article and I'm going to find interesting quotes in here. I'm not going to select and copy the entire thing, but I'm going to find something interesting in here that supports my point of view. And I'm going to say, oh, that's interesting, and copy it and put it into my essay, okay, as my sources. One of the very first things to do, the best thing to do first, is to go through and find your sources, read your sources, and find what's out there before you set even your point of view. Because a lot of times it's easier to argue something if you find some good sources on it and you go, oh, you know what, let me do that because it's easy. Rather than trying to fish around so much to try to find things to support your point of view. If you go to the sources first, you know it's there, you find two really good sources, and then come back and use them, okay? Do see my other video if you've forgotten, if you did not do it for your musical research paper, and find out how to cite in MLA format correctly so that you don't get points left off for that, okay? So let's go back to the Antigone essay as the example. I'm going to come down and I have on here, the reason I wanted to use this too is it has my graphic organizer on here. And it also has a really great thing to look at for, how to write the essay. I kind of like that. It was pretty. Okay, I'm not going to be graded on the graphic organizer. Obviously, this is not your assignment. Okay. But this, I like this graphic organizer for how to set things up because it has basically a background information quote is nice here. Then it gives you your hook, your thesis. It gives you topics. It gives you quotes and then your explanations of those quotes. And then shows you how to transition to your next body paragraph. Honestly, you're just using trees format, and then you're transitioning in between paragraphs. That's all it is. That's why we teach you that because it's so easy. All right, so let's go for my thing. Okay, so I saw here that my thesis. What's this? Here, I'm gonna copy it. Put it in here. All right, so I took this. Actually, I don't know if I use this one. Let's use this one. Okay. Although parents may be infuriated by deviant behavior, teenage rebellion is a natural stage of life. Oh, I did pick this one. Okay. Necessary for healthy development. Since evidence shows, what is wrong with you? The evidence? I like evidence. You're wrong, Grammarly. By the way, beautiful app to put on here, Grammarly, so that you can catch all these errors. Fine, Grammarly. The evidence shows rebellious teenagers make more money and are more creative. All right, so I've come up with two really good reasons why, and this helps guide the rest of my essay because now I can say make more money and more creative. Those are my two things. So I'm gonna come in here and you can see here in this sample, oh, they make more money. And then here, oh, they're creative thinkers, okay? So that's an easy way to divide your essay with two main topics, especially with an argumentative essay because you're gonna create a counter argument paragraph. So here's my thesis. I'm gonna argue this. And then there's the two different ways that I'm going to go in there. And I'm going to find excellent quotes from my work. You can see here that I've made some excellent quotes in here that I've pulled from those sources to support my idea. And I'm going to explain. I'm not just going to drop those quotes in there. Let's talk about making a counter argument because this one is the most difficult one for here. I'm going to go ahead and copy this and pull it on this document because I can see it a little easier without my curly Q writing. Okay, I'll pull this out. Basically what I've done, honestly, when I've done this is I've really kind of pretty much written my entire essay right here by doing with the graphic organizer. But all right, popular beliefs. This is your counter argument. Popular beliefs prevail that rebellion is a terrible attribute that must be crushed in teens. So what I have done here is I have shown the other side of the argument. This is what other people are saying. One thing that I do teach students to do if they're really stuck here is I would say, some people say, and then comma, and then go into whatever you're going to say. However, hey baby,
I got a blanket.
You got a blanket. However, they are wrong because, okay, and then you go into why they're wrong. If you need those helpers, you got them, okay, because you can put this in here if you're really stuck and you're like, I don't know what to say, and say, some people say this. I put popular belief prevails. That's pretty much the same thing. Popular people are saying they believe that rebellion is a terrible thing, right? Must be crushed. All right, so but if you need this little helper, you can put that instead. Okay, however, they are wrong. And I put these like scare tactics. That's what I said. Instead of saying, however, they are wrong because, I put scare tactics, like those perpetuated in Curry's article. Oh, sorry. Never mind. Scratch that. I could still say that. However, I put down here. However, so however they are wrong would be like something here. Instead, I put however the fact remains. Okay, so popular belief prevails that rebellion is a terrible attribute that must be crushed in young teens. Scare tactics like those perpetuated in Curry's article, and then I have quoted from the article. Okay, these things make it sound like rebellion is dangerous and scary. Okay, so I have explained the other person's point of view. A lot of children will get stuck here because they will try to argue the other person's point of view. They'll say, they want to stand on the fence and be wishy-washy and say, oh, well, I understand that, teenage rebellion is good because but also, it can also be bad because it can, kids can be on go have sex and do drugs and get expelled from school and da-da-da. That's not what a counter-argument is. A counter-argument strengthens your argument. So you can't ever say that those people are right. But you can say that there are people that say that. You can acknowledge that point of view without saying that point of view is right. And that's a counter-argument. That's the difference between arguing two different things and a counter-argument. When you make a counter-argument, you're saying, I know that person's saying that. I understand they're over there making that point of view. And here's this point of view. I'm going to tell you that I understand that point of view. I'm going to cite evidence to show you that point of view. But never am I going to say that point of view is correct, because that point of view is wrong, because I'm making an argumentative essay in which I argue my point of view and how those people are wrong. Okay, so that's what the counter argument is. So make sure that you come in and you say, this is the other person, here's what they're doing, that is incorrect, and that makes it sound like it's dangerous and scary. It's not, okay? However, the fact remains that rebellion is not dangerous and scary. And then you might come in and say something else in your point of view about how you are absolutely positively correct. Okay, so if I cannot make it clear, please clear that you do not argue the other person's point of view. You are creating a counter argument and you are refuting it. That is your refuting argument. Okay, so that is a little bit about argument and counter argument and how you pick your topic for your argumentative essay. It can be open topics, so you can pick anything that you want, and you can use this as an example to come in and show how to, if you're stuck on how to organize it and how to put everything in order. Okay, you can use this same little graphic organizer up here at the top. There, right there. You can use this if you want to, if it helps you. I know some people are real graphic organizer people, so if you are, use this if you want this resource. If not, you can leave it here, but make sure that your essay is organized, it flows well, and that it is in MLA format. Good luck. Happy writing.